it's Rebecca Evans. I'm back again with my informative speech. So what I'm going to do a speech on today is tennis. And I chose this topic because in high school, I absolutely loved tennis. That was one of my favorite sports, and I swear I could play it every day if the weather allowed. I love it. So I'm going to do my best at explaining the game to you guys. So as you may know, in tennis, there's something called singles and doubles. So in a singles match, you have one player from each team playing against each other. In a doubles match, you have two players from each team playing against each other. So 4 people total on the team. So I've drawn up a court because I thought this may make it a little easier to understand. So the thick black outline is the court. These darker lines right here are the center lines of each side, and then the dotted red line is the net. So in a singles match, you have from this area over to here as your court on each side. There's something called an alley, which does not really, you don't use it in a singles match. If the ball lands in this area, it's considered out in a singles match. However, in a doubles match, the whole court is in play. So you have this area, which you can, if a ball lands here, you want to try your best to hit it back to your opponent over here. So now this is the baseline. The baseline is where you serve from. So if it's your turn to serve, then you're going to stand on this side or this side, depending on what serve it is. So let's say we're standing here. If you're serving from this line, then your goal is to get it into this box. It cannot go anywhere out of this box or it doesn't count. So if you're serving from this line, you want to try to get it into this box. Serving from here, this box, here, this box. It's pretty simple once you get on an actual court and try to play, so I hope I'm not confusing anyone. So the main goal in tennis is to win, right? So the score is kind of confusing. When you start out, it's love all, which means 0 to 0. So let's say that you win every point up to 40. So it goes from 15 to 30 to 40. So if it's 40 to 0, then you would call it 40 love. Or if somehow your opponent caught up to you, then it would be 40 to 40, which would be called deuce. So if you or your opponent wins the next point, then they have the advantage point. So that means after the advantage, that whoever wins the next point, they win the game. So, I mean, you want to get here. So, if you have deuce, if everyone's 40 to 40, then the next point that you need to get is that advantage point. So, it would be you with the advantage point. So, if you scored the next point after the advantage point, then you would win the game. If you didn't, then it would go back down to deuce and start over. If the opponent scored the next point, they would have the advantage point, and then the next point would win the game if they were to get it. If not, it goes back down to deuce. Pretty simple. So, remember again, in tennis, some of the most important things are your footwork. How quick you are on your feet is vital in this game. Your strategy is very important, and your hand-eye coordination is huge. So in order to win the game, you need to be quick on your feet, have good hand-eye coordination, have a strategy. If the ball comes towards you, hit it. Try to get that ball back over the net the best that you can. And other than that, I hope you guys really got something out of this, because I feel like I tried my best at explaining it. It's a lot harder to explain than it looks. I hope that the court helped out some. yeah, I hope that helps, and let's see if there's any points that I have missed. Oh, if a point is out, I completely forgot to talk about that. So, if a point is out, then it's out. Okay, duh. So a point is considered out if it doesn't cross over the net, if it bounces twice before you're able to hit it back to your opponent, or if it lands out of play, which in a singles game is in the alley or past the baseline, or in a doubles match is anywhere outside of the thick black line. So, I hope that helps you all win in your next match of tennis if you ever happen to play. And I hope that helped someone that doesn't know how to play. I did my best with explaining, so that was not informative speech. I hope y'all liked it.